All right, so I'm going up here to meet Danner, so I figured I might as well tell you another one on the way. This one's actually going to be two of them combined from that last list. So it said about saying that to the cops, and another one that was in there was messing up a Kilmaine Saints performance early in their career. They were playing at the Chameleon, just getting started. Duke Power graduated with me, their lead singer. So anyway, I'm at this Kilmaine Saints concert. I mean, we went to see them, and Sack was with me. Some of y'all know Sack. I don't know if he wants me to use his real name or not, so Sack. But for those of you that know who Sack is, you know who I'm talking about. But Sack always had a knack. Sack had a knack for finding trouble, right? There'll probably be a few more stories involving this, but we were at the Kilmaine Saints, I'm gonna say concert. It was a performance. It was in the basement, or in the the side room, not out on the big stage, but the one downstairs. And I think Misty Cox might have been there. She didn't do anything jail-worthy though. And I can't remember who else was there. There's probably a few people there, but I'm dancing in the middle of the floor, having a good time, in the middle of the concert. Dudes are performing, and somebody did something with Sack. And, when alcohol was involved, when we were younger, I mean, it was usually a lot of alcohol, you know what I'm saying? So I'm sure we were schnookered. But somebody did something and messed with Sack, and he ended up getting a fight. I'm facing this direction, looking at the band, and he's over here, again, to my right side. And I just hear this commotion. And I turn around and I see him with his arm back like this. So when I turn farther around, somebody tries to tackle me. And I'm not the kind of guy really to go looking for a fight. But I'm not gonna let somebody beat me up either. So I turn around and somebody tackles me, and I sprawled my ass off, and whoever that was, I jammed their nose right onto the concrete and the floor. Got my balance again, stood up, grabbed that guy by the top of his head and threw a punch as hard as I could throw it, and hit him, I assume, in his eye. I saw them later, a group of them. They came up to me to ask where the other guy was. And I said, I don't know, he must have bounced. And they said, well, we didn't appreciate, the way he acted. I don't know what he did, hit a woman or push a woman or something. But they said, we don't appreciate the way he acted. And I said, we should be whooping his ass then. And I said, I didn't do nothing to you. And I said, I tried to be nice about it. When you guys attacked me, I tried to tell you it wasn't me, but you didn't want to hear that. And the guy was there, I think, that I hit. I said, he should already know. But his face looked like a hamburger. But anyway, so they left me hanging, and I bounced. And I went out and walked. We were staying at the hotel, the big hotel there above where the movie theater used to be, and on Queen Street. You know what I'm talking about. So I started walking back across there, and I'm going across Queen Street, jaywalking, and schnookered, and this cop starts driving up towards me. I didn't know it was a cop, it was a car. And as I was crossing the street, I stopped and I put my hand up. And so he didn't hit me. I was worried that he was going to run into me. And wouldn't you know, that guy stops and turns his lights on and gets out. And there's two of them in there, big dudes. And they walk over to me where I'm standing on the curb, and they started asking me questions. And I already knew what was going to happen. So I asked them if they didn't have anything better to do other than stop somebody walking across the street. Well, then a whole bunch of other dialogue happened there, which I'm not exactly sure what it was. But before I knew it, there was 5 cops there. Another cop car pulled up, and they started firing off questions at me. And I was being, what's the word? Like, I wasn't cooperating. I didn't really want to have anything to do with what they were asking me. So we're arguing back and forth, and the next thing you know, these guys got me in handcuffs. I'm still not even sure what I did. I assume it was being drunk, but anyway. They put me in handcuffs, and then they called in a paddy wagon. So this truck came up, with one single door, and the back opens up, and they're loading me up into this thing, and I'm standing on the 1 foot in the paddy wagon and 1 foot on the bumper. And I turned around, I said to the guy, nobody ever told me what I was getting arrested for. And they said, just get in the truck, just get in the truck, just get in the truck. And I said, you're not going to tell me. I said, well, that's all right. Then you can all go F your mothers. And I said, make sure that you hit me right in the balls with those tasers. They were all holding tasers on me. I said, make sure you all hit me in the balls with those tasers, and I pointed up to the hotel, kind of sideways. I said, I'm sure that there's somebody up in this hotel right now recording all this. This is just when phone, video cameras came out on phones, and it was a big deal. So anyway, I went to jail. But that's the story with the Kilmaine Saints and the tasers. Whew.